time to get your champagne wishes and caviar dreams. Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. Now, can you dig that?
Boom! Welcome inside the Hall of Fame. I'm Booker T, 6-time world champ, 2-time Hall of Famer. Got my man Brad Gilmore here with me as always. Get ready to take you guys on a trip. I'm talking about, you know, down memory lane. I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Getting your champagne wishes and caviar dreams, man. Brad, how you feel, dog? How you feel?
I'm doing good, BT. You know, as always, we're approaching the Labor Day weekend, and a weekend of wrestling it's going to be. We got Bash in Berlin coming up. We got NXT No Mercy coming up. And then 2 weekends after Saturday, we have Reality Wrestling Gold Rush coming up. Just announced at the end of September, the Sherry Martel Classic is returning. So I'm doing great. I'm excited.
Yeah. NXT No Mercy going down this Sunday as well, live, Denver, Colorado. Love going to Denver, man. Colorado Springs. I don't know if you ever went to one of those hot springs up there in Colorado.
No,
it's
I haven't.
awesome. It's awesome, man. You got to take a trip and just do it just one time in your life. Just one time in your life. I did it back in the day at WCW days, and I tell you, man, it was so freaking cool. So freaking cool. So I'm looking forward to getting back to Denver and having some good times, man. Good times. Yeah. I always loved the weather in Denver, even though it was always cold. It was a different kind of cold. It's a cold that you could actually live in. And it's actually like really pleasant. You know what I mean? So looking forward to getting there.
Oh, well, hell yeah. I mean, No Mercy is also the card, and I know we're going to get into it, but the card of No Mercy is like kind of all high profile matches for NXT this upcoming. I mean, I guess if you don't mind, we can get into a little bit of it.
Kind of like the Summer Champions. Kind of like the Summer Champions. All titles on the line.
All killer, no filler is what I like to see, what I like to say. And you're right, everything's up for grabs. Which one off the top of your head are you kind of looking forward to the most?
Obafemi, man, he's been doing some damn good work. I mean, this dude, he's a monster. He plays the role very, very well. No frills or anything like that. He's just going to come out and give you, raw, uncut, unadulterated action. And so I'm serious, man. So I'm looking forward to seeing that match with Tony D.
Yeah, him and Tony D, I like the match on paper, right? I like how they match up with one another because Tony D'Angelo, when he gets in there and he starts doing his thing, man, Tony is believable. I can believe that he could win on any given Sunday, right?
Oh, yeah.
And Obafemi has been like, this is one of the guys to where I don't want to compare him to anybody, but certain times they have the monster kind of come into play, like the unbeatable powerhouse, the overwhelming force. You could almost liken him to, in some ways, Umaga. Remember how they would book Umaga of just Samoan bulldozer? Nobody's going to beat this guy. Kind of what I get at the feeling from Obafemi. And I feel like, and again, I'm not trying to talk down on anybody. I feel like this is what they wanted with Veer. Remember where they had all the Veer things and the way that he was presented? I feel like they wanted him to be an Obafemi. But Obafemi, to quote a John Cena album, that's a bad, bad man.
I kind of compare him to someone like Goldberg, somebody that was indestructible. You know what I mean? The guy that could go out there and just, run the table. The only thing that's different is Obafemi is actually getting a lot more in-ring time. Actually, filling, the work side out a whole lot more than Goldberg did. But if I had to compare him to anybody, it would be Bill Goldberg.
That's a good comparison too, because the appeal of Goldberg was he comes in, bam, he hits you. You get up, bam, he hits you again. And next thing you know, spear, jackhammer, 1, 2, 3, on hitting the showers.
Yeah. Obafemi.
Oba, correct me if I'm wrong, I didn't mean to cut you off, but Oba almost seems though he's got, and this is not a knock to Bill Goldberg either, but it's a little bit more technique than just bam, bam, bam.
I think he's learning different than Bill Goldberg.
There you go.
He actually came along on that same trajectory as a Bill Goldberg, being a big guy, very, very impressive looking, there again, looked like he's unbeatable, unstoppable. He's got all of those qualities, but there again, I think from his infancy stages, he's learning what it means to go out there and really, truly learn the business and actually go out there and work around guys a little bit different, opposed to the way Bill Goldberg will go out there and work right through guys.
Yeah. I want to shout out on this topic a couple things real quick because Voodoo Vic, who's one of our channel members, says I'm about to pay all the book's bills with the Via ad, and then I think that Callie Toenail has already purchased some because he said Obama is better than Goldberg. He's got more moves. I think he was.
Obama, what is he talking about?
Oh well, I have more moves than Bill Goldberg. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about with Obama, but
No, man,
Callie's
no.
indulging apparently.
No hate on Goldberg, but we appreciate you dabbing in the no pun in the Via.
You walked right into that one. I'm looking forward to that match. Obviously, the main event, which I'm sure we'll talk about in a second, which is a lot of things can happen with Joe Hendry, Ethan Page, and Trick Williams. But to me, the match I'm looking forward to most, we've had both of these competitors inside the Hall of Fame, and that is Roxanne Perez defending against Jada Parker.
It's gonna be good. It's gonna be good. We're gonna see what Jada Parker brings to the table. She's been on a roll, for the last couple of months, and now she's got the shot. She's got the shot. It's either going to be one or two things: the thrill of victory, the agony of defeat. We're going to find out on Sunday. You know who I got my money on, even though I love me some Jada Parker, but I got to put my money on the Prodigy just because I know she's been waiting for a moment like this for quite some time, a big moment like this for quite some time. Premium live event in front of thousands of people. It's going to be awesome to sit at that desk and watch Roxanne Perez do her work.
I'm right there with you, as it's hard for me to root against Roxanne Perez just because of where her roots are, where she comes from, and being that she's a Roe graduate. I do feel like Jada Parker has made the most of what I don't think was supposed to be her trajectory. Because remember, when you had the women's breakout tournament, she was a replacement. She was a fill-in. She wasn't even supposed to be in that tournament originally. I think it was Jakara Jackson she took over for.
Yeah.
And then immediately she had something about her that people were like, I like Jada Parker and the Miss Parker chants that you helped start. And I think I've seen her week after week, month after month, really refine who she is on the camera and inside that squared circle. This is her biggest test to date, wouldn't you say? This is the biggest test for Miss Parker.
No doubt. I think the a couple of months ago when she had the street fight with Mi Chin, that's when she really got the ball rolling and started getting her feet under and start feeling a little bit more comfortable about going out there and performing. I think leading up to this, she's done all the work to get to this position. But there again, look at Jada Parker. If you really, really look at it, she's only been doing this a little over a year.
Yeah.
A little over a year, and now she's in this position. That's why you got to give her a whole lot of props. You can, tell that she's been studying the game, trying to, learn the craft, trying to build that playbook, and those are the things she's going to need if she want to make it to the next level. Because, the psychology is the one thing that I think is the hardest part to learn these days. But when I look at somebody like Jada Parker, who is picking it up within 1 year, that tells me a whole lot about, what she's going to be sometime in the near future.
So we'll see how that match plays out. And again, I know we're coming up against a break soon, but Joe Hendry, Ethan Page, Trick Willie's the ref. I mean, that's box office right there.
Man, I don't know, man. I like Joe Hendry. All right, let's just get that straight. I like Joe.
You're the
Hendry.
president of his fan club.
I'm the president of the fan club. But I gotta call it like it is. I gotta call it. My thing is, should Joe Hendry be getting the title shot? Should Joe Hendry be the guy? Because I don't know. Joe Hendry is, do he got a contract? Is he
with TNA?
Exactly. Is he working on a handshake deal? My thing is, I need to know. Ethan Page need to talk to his agent before Sunday and see if he could, get something done about this match. I'm just saying. I'm just saying.
Well, I mean, to me, if I'm fantasy booking, Joe Hendry, Ethan Page, I like, but I also like if we were to add Trick Willie as a participant in the match and not just an official.
You know, and that's the thing too. Why is Trick Williams in this match as an official? That's my question. Trick Williams lost his title fair and square. I love Trick Williams. He's one of my guys. But he lost his title fair and square. And my thing is this: concern yourself with business that concerns you, Mr. Foley. But we got to take a break. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Hey, what's up, everyone? It's Booker T here, and I'm so excited to share something that really has been a game changer lately for me, man. That's Via. That's right, Via. Summer might be winding down, but football season is just around the corner. But you don't have to let those summer vibes fade away. Via has got you covered with the best hemp and cannabis product legally shipped right to your door in all 50 states. As an athlete, recovery is key, and Via Relief Line is a perfect post-gym relaxation and eases those aches and pains. For years, for me, inside the square circle, they get the organic flower. It's top-notch, baby. Grown without harsh pesticides or chemicals, plus their award-winning THC and THC-free gummies. Premium indoor THCA flower, oh yes, and the soothing topical and calming drops are all made from the highest quality hemp source from the trusted American farms, man. Oh yes. Hey man, I've personally been using Via for a while now, and let me tell you, it has made a huge difference, whether it's the calming drops that help me unwind or the premium flower, man, that just hits the spot. Via has something for everyone. Trusted by professional athletes and loved by over 500,000 customers. It's a brand that you need to check out. So if you're 21 or over, go to the link in our description and use the code, man, Booker, to get 15% off your order. That's right, 15% off. And remember to tell them Booker T sent you when you check out. Hey, support the show. I'm talking about the Hall of Fame, man. And take your recovery and relaxation to the next level with Via. Check it out right now. Boom! Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Hey, man, it's all about relaxing, man.
Premium. Like, what is all that stuff? I'm talking about the Hall of Fame, man.
You got to get you some, man. I'm going to tell you, bro, you would definitely have the gummies, man, to sleep, to be able to go to sleep at nighttime, not to be, me, I'm like an insomniac. And I find myself up 3, 4, 5 o'clock in the morning, not being able to sleep. I'm going to tell you, take one of those gummies, man, from Via. You will sleep like a baby on a superior waterbed.
It's just like, what does that mean? Oh, my goodness. Hey, look, couple things. Again, always support our sponsors. We appreciate them for supporting the Hall of Fame. I don't even know what the hell's going on. But there were two things I wanted to bring up. First off, you mentioned it right before the break, and I didn't even think about this, but I feel like for long-term listeners of the Hall of Fame, we need an update from you on this. So there was maybe sometime last year on the show, we played a trailer for the new Beverly Hills Cop movie that was coming out. You were, I don't know, maybe suspicious about it, right? And then I told you, hey, it came out. I kind of like it. It's actually not so bad. And you're like, I don't know, man. I'm not so sure about this sequel. And it's a sequel 30 years later. The hell are they doing, right? You have seen Beverly Hills Cop Axel F at the moment of this show. You've already seen it. You've been able to absorb it. My question, what did you think?
The story and all that, man, I'm gonna tell you, it was good. The build up to the way they put everything together, going back from, back in the day all the way up to, today, it was put together very, very well. It just was sad, man. It just was sad. Rosewood and Taggart, man, they look like they've been through hell. You know what I mean? Taggart looked like he was dead. He looked like he was the walking dead man on the scene. I'm serious. I felt so bad for that dude, man. Rosewood, he looked like he been drinking since the last movie. I'm serious, bro. I was like, what happened to these guys? And at one point, you watched the movie, so I can tell you. At one point, Eddie Murphy had said to somebody, look, Taggart and I, we're the same age. Look at him and look at me. Taggart looked like he was dead in that movie, man. I was like, I felt that, I don't know, getting old is hell, bro. Is hell. And when you see that, it for me, it makes me think about my mortality when I see stuff like that.
Well, but here's the thing. You saw
But
Eddie.
it was a good movie. It was a good movie. Eddie looked great.
Eddie looked great.
Eddie looked great. I couldn't believe it. I was like, man, if those guys are the same age, good God. Thank God for, the genes. You know what I mean? Thank God. Because Taggart looked weathered, man. I mean, you could agree with me on that. He looked
significantly older.
Exactly.
Yeah. But let me ask you this, because obviously Eddie looked great. Kevin Bacon looked pretty damn good too. Kevin Bacon was a good character too.
Yeah, he looked damn good as well. Yeah.
I like the movie. So here's my question. Not everyone, but a lot of people liked the movie. It got good reviews, got a lot of engagement on Netflix. Would you want to see another one?
No. Well, no. You know what? I wouldn't mind. No, I wouldn't mind seeing another one. But they're gonna just change. They're gonna have to evolve.
Get away from Rosewood and
Rosewood and Taggart. They should be dead by the next. By the next Beverly Hills Cop, they should be gone. The way they run it right now, I'm serious. So changing it up a little bit, kind of like Rocky.
Yeah.
Where
we continued on with Creed.
Exactly my point. You know what I mean? I think the way they changed, the Rocky movie and the sequels, and moving to a totally different genre, I think they did it very, very well, and I think they could do the same thing with Beverly Hills Cop. Thing is, who's going to play Eddie?
Well, Eddie can get another one out. We can see one more Eddie before he passes.
I can see Eddie moving up to Chief.
Right, and passing it off to, well, I guess Joseph Gordon-Levitt, the guy who played, the younger cop in the movie, would have to take the mantle, right? I mean, I don't know.
Yeah.
They set that up.
Like
here's my other question on this last thing on Beverly Hills Cop. Let's say they do Beverly Hills Cop 5. Let's say they move forward with it, and all of a sudden you're sitting at home, you're enjoying. You might have just gotten back from a nice game of golf. You know what I mean? And your phone rings. It's your agent. And they say, hey, Book, we just got a call from Netflix and Eddie Murphy Productions. They want you to be in the next Beverly Hills Cop movie playing alongside Eddie. They want you to be, the bad guy who brings the ruckus. You know what I mean? Would you accept that nomination and go into the Beverly Hills Cop movie? Would you add to the franchise?
In a heartbeat, without even thinking about it. I'd love to do something like that.
Make it happen.
I'd love to do something like that. I think I'm still young enough to actually still be able to go out and, pull off a even younger role at the same time. So no, man, I love to do something like that. Yeah.
You could be like the drug kingpin, or like the big bad guy who's I'm trying to think, what do they do? In all the movies, it's either like drugs or guns, right? Like that's always what the bad guy's doing.
Normally, yeah.
It's either drugs or guns.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. I could do that. I can see myself, especially because what Life was like one of my favorite movies of all times.
Oh.
You seen Life before, right?
With Eddie and Martin, yeah.
Oh man, I'm gonna tell you, to be able to be a part of a movie like that, good God, man, I can see myself just laughing, all throughout the whole movie, outtakes and everything. I can just see myself cracking up with these guys, So nah, man, I would love to, do something like that.
I'm the pappy.
Yeah, I'm the pappy. Damn good movie, man.
Love Life. I feel like a lot of people haven't seen Life.
Every time that movie It's like if I'm scrolling through and I see it, I got to stop and watch it. That movie as well as Mr. 3000. I don't know if you saw Mr. 3000. Mr. 3000 is that's such a good movie too, man. Bernie plays such a good role in that movie right there. Hall of Fame is a damn shame. Let him in.
Let him in. He has the Baby Ruth bar, and I remember.
Say
I know a lot about that
yeah.
movie.
Say hell yeah. I swear, movie was so
Hall
good.
of Fame. Damn shame. I remember that. I gotta watch Mr. 3000
You
again.
gotta watch it again, man. I swear.
Because it's Angela Bassett in there with him, right?
Yeah,
Isn't that Angela
yeah,
Bassett?
yeah. I swear, if you haven't watched Mr. 3000, it was underrated. It's a very underrated movie. It didn't get as much props as I thought it should have, because it was really put together very, very well for a baseball flick. And I'm not off in the baseball really that much, but that movie drew me in like crazy. Just the story of it, Mr. 3000.
Dan Ross, he's the boss. Hey,
oh, yeah,
that's a good one. Hey,
good.
Speaking of laughing as well, and I promise we're going to get back into some more NXT and WWE pay-per-views or PLEs are coming up this weekend. Speaking of laughing, I happen to tune into Sirius XM's Busted Open Radio, right? And there was a special guest there on that show. It was one Booker T from the Hall of Fame.
Uh-huh.
And I'm be honest with you, Book. I don't know how this happened. I feel like you were bum rushed. You were set up. You know what I mean? You were put in a you're almost, it was almost like a 3-on-1 assault.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
And the segment ended by the great Dave LaGreca, who I like and adore, saying, "Look, even a Hall of Famer can learn something." Right? Now, I don't know. I got hot about it, Book. I feel like they came for you. You know what I mean? I feel like you didn't have your tag team partner there. I would have tagged in. I would have cleared house.
Come on, man.
You know
I went in the Lions Den, man. I didn't have to. You didn't have to. They thought I was going to shy away from my comments, but I stand by and I stick by everything that I said. You know what? And I said it was a jab at Bully Ray and his students in his school. I said that was a jab. I wasn't really serious about that part. But as far as 100% everything I said about Roxanne Perez, I stand by it. She is truly that good. You gotta be looking at a different screen if you're watching Roxanne Perez and watching what she does in the ring and how she goes out and take care of her business and says she's not ready to get there. Perhaps if they don't have anything for her, she might get lost in the shuffle. I don't think that's the way it is. Cream, like my daddy used to say, rise to the top. That's just the way it is. Stick around. You're in the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute.
Hey everyone, it's Brad Gilmore from the Hall of Fame here with the one and only Booker T, the 5-time WCW champion, and we're excited to talk to you about something that's been a game changer for the both of us. That's HelloFresh.
That's right, Brad. HelloFresh makes home cooking easy, fun, and affordable with farm fresh, pre-portioned ingredients and seasonal recipes delivered right to your doorstep. You can skip those tiring trips to the grocery store and dive straight into cooking delicioso meals, man.
Absolutely, Book. HelloFresh offers over 50 recipes and a ton of market items to choose from every single week. You can say goodbye to meal planning woes and hello to convenience. I've been loving their quick and easy recipes. They're ready in 20 minutes or less, which means I can spend less time in the kitchen and more time enjoying that Texas summer sunshine.
And let me tell you, the fit and wholesome recipes are perfect for keeping you feeling great all summer long. They're balanced pack with fresh produce and under 650 calories per serving. Plus, HelloFresh kids-friendly recipes are picky eater proof. My kids love them.
And here's the best part, BT. If you go to HelloFresh.com/freebooker, that's HelloFresh.com/freebooker right now, you can get one free breakfast item for life. Forever, the entire time you're alive. That is HelloFresh.com/freebooker.
America's #1 meal kit. Baby, trust me, you won't regret it. HelloFresh takes the hassle out of meal planning, shopping, and most of the prep. You just choose your meals, select a delivery date, and get cooking, man.
So what are you waiting for? Go to HelloFresh.com/freebooker. That's HelloFresh.com/freebooker for free breakfast for life. HelloFresh.com/freebooker.
Oh, welcome back inside the Hall of Fame. Talking about me and my appearance on Busted Open. Yeah, man. Like I said, I wasn't running away from anything. I think Bubba and I are in 100 agreement as far as Roxanne Perez after we had a discussion as far as how good she really is and what I think about her. And the thing is, I'm going to continue to defend Roxanne Perez because, you know, she came from nothing. She came from nothing. And I look at her now and she's one of the best out there. Nobody gave that to her. I mean, nobody handed that to her. She's always been in position where she could sink or swim since day one. And she's been swimming like I'm talking about, like in the Olympics, man, since day one. So give her props. That's the only thing I'm saying.
Just give her props, man. It's not a big ask. It's a small ask, right? That's a small ask.
Yeah.
I want you to give her props. But I don't think that you should have been bum rushed the way that you were. I feel like that's not how you host a Hall of Famer. You know what you say, hey, I got a Bully Ray, Tommy Dreamer here. And then Tommy was trying to instigate, talking about the Dudleys and Harlem Heat. You know what I mean? They were trying to coming after you.
You know what? They really didn't want to go to the Harlem Heat Dudley thing because we would have beat the hell out of the Dudleys. 10 times out of 10 times, we'd have drugged the Dudleys like they was just beat them like a bad habit. You know, beat them from pillar to post. It would have been one of those things with the. I like the Dudleys. We would have let them jump off of everything they wanted to jump off. But they wouldn't have landed nothing. So I'm just saying. You know.
Here's the thing that I do want to point out that was lost in the segment is that we were asked that question by one of our faithful super chatters. What do you think about Bully Ray saying Roxanne Perez isn't ready for the next level, for the main roster? So that's the context we got. And I'm pretty sure at the time I think we said, I haven't seen that. I haven't read that book, but what if that's what he said? What do you think about it? And then you said, what the hell is he talking about? Right.
Yeah.
So that's the context. It's not that you read something online and then came on the show and then decided to talk about it on the show. Someone asked us about it and you reacted to the question that you got.
You know, and that's the one thing is. No, go ahead.
Come on.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say the thing is, it wasn't that you took something out of context or whatever. You were asked a question.
No, and Bubba actually.
It was Callie who asked it.
Yeah, Bubba had actually asked me, you know, did I actually hear the clip? And I told him, no, I didn't hear the clip. I was just going off the headline. And what the headline read was what it said. And I responded to the headline. Now, me being, you know, on the air all the time, people take my stuff out of context. So I get it. I get that. But he did say if Roxanne Perez did not have a program waiting for her, it would be unwise for her to want to move to the next level. And one question was posed, you know, what would I tell Roxanne Perez if Roxanne called me and say, hey, Book, they called me and they want me to go to Raw or SmackDown, and they really don't have anything for me. They just want me to go. And I told Bubba, just like, you know, I've always known in this business, when they call you and ask you to do something, it's not something that you really question, especially if you're just getting your foot in the door. When you're just getting your foot in the door, you go wherever they're going to ask you to go. That's just part of it. Until I got stroke, I got to go along with the program. And I told him that's exactly what I would tell Roxanne Perez is you go with it, what the hell they tell you to go and get the job done when you get there. Whether you got a program or not, make them create a program for you because you are truly that damn good. That's the way I look at it.
Well, and look, I agree with you, and I have a lot of respect for what the Hall of Famer Bubba Ray's been able to accomplish. And I think that he also would know. And look, the invites for him to come on this show, we could talk about it more. But he would know. Like, let's put it on Bubba. Let's say it's Bubba in the situation, right? Bully Ray, and Bully Ray's just getting into the company, right? And they're saying, I'm saying he's going through the same process that Roxanne's going through. I'm in
Yeah.
NXT. They call. Sean comes to me and says, "Hey, Bully, we're gonna call you up to Raw. Get your stuff together. They want you in Des Moines, Iowa on Monday." Right? Do you think that Bully would say, "Well, what's the story they got planned?" To Sean?
Well,
Or do you think he'd say, "Yes, sir, I'll be on the next flight"?
that's exactly what I said. I say, if you were of the status that we are now, you might question it. You
Sure.
might say, hey, and but when you're young and you're in the game, you're trying to, get to that next level. You're going to do whatever they ask you to do to get to that next level. And that's
Right.
in the boundaries of going out and performing. Because I remember Jake the Snake said it um, on that documentary. When you sign that contract, you are obligated to work every day. And if they call you to
Right.
go to work, when they call you to go to work, it's time to go to work. That's just part of the deal. That's why, when Bubba posed that question to me, I'm like, Bubba, come on, you know better than that. You know what I mean? You know better than that. You know that's not the way the business works, especially when you're that young in the business. You're trying to make a career out of this. Just not the way it works.
Facts. And so, I mean, from that perspective, I disagreed with him.
Yeah.
But from every other perspective, yes, obviously, there have been a lot of NXT people over the years who have gone up and then nothing really materialized. But there have
I
been a
think
lot also who've come
I
up
think
and they're Kevin Owens
I
and
think I
Sami
made
Zayn.
I think I made a good point on that as well, because you have guys in NXT, and if they're there for a certain amount of time, just say for instance they haven't become the NXT champion, they haven't become the NXT North American champion, maybe they haven't been NXT tag team champions, but you see something in them, you say, okay, let's give them. Maybe they're not working out on the amateur level, but maybe they can work out in the pros. So let's put them up to the main roster, see what they can do up there. That may not work out, but I just think this is a sink or swim business. It's not something that you cannot do, which is pull the trigger on somebody. You guys got to do it or not. And I think with a lot of
Right.
guys going to the main roster, maybe they wasn't ready to go to the main roster. But let's take a look at them. Maybe they might have something. I think that's what it is more than anything. I think I had good points all across the board on Busted Open. That's why, like I said, I'm willing to walk into the Lions Den, man. Because I'm all man. I'm willing to go on your turf and talk about it if it's something we need to talk about. But I mean, I appreciate the conversation too. It was pretty good conversation.
It was good conversation, and all jokes aside, big props to Dave LaGreca and the whole crew over there. They do a great job. Check them out. I think they're on every day on
Yeah,
Sirius XM,
yeah.
Monday through Sunday. So check them out.
They're trying to they're trying to
Book.
move, they're trying to move up to our status.
What we should do is a crossover episode. I'm surprised this hasn't happened yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Because when we do our show on ESPN Radio, we're on Sirius XM channel 80. You know
yeah,
what I
yeah.
mean? We can have a little crossover
Yeah, we could do something.
spectacular. We
We
might.
could do something. Yeah, definitely. We'll talk to him. Yeah,
We'll talk
bring
to
him
him.
inside.
Hey,
Bring him inside the Hall of Fame.
that's right. Give him a little champagne wishes, a little caviar dreams.
A
We
little
have
rub.
Bash, a little rub. We have Bash at Berlin coming up this weekend, Book. Couple matches to highlight here. One of them is CM Punk versus Drew McIntyre. This is going to be a rematch from their SummerSlam match. This time it's going to be a strap match. Now,
Yeah,
I
exactly.
personally don't like this stipulation. I don't know if you've done a strap match before, but I do think that the two guys in that match have a great shot of pulling off a great strap match, but I'm just not a fan of this stipulation overall.
No, I mean, I've never been a big fan of the strap match, the bull rope match. I just never been a fan of those type of matches just because I don't know. It's a lot of variables. You got to be able to, stay on your P's and Q's on both sides. Um, the the object of it, going from one turnbuckle to the next turnbuckle to the next turnbuckle. Who invented the strap match? That's what we need to find out. Who invented the damn strap match? Because that's definitely it's got to be a cowboy. It's got to be one of the cowboys from back in the day, right?
Dusty. It has to be.
Dusty,
someone like that.
Somebody
well,
like
Dusty had the most famous bull rope match, right, with superstar Billy Graham in Madison Square Garden. But I'm sure he had a hand in it somewhere. Dusty was always the creative mind in pro wrestling.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It had to be out of the mind of some cowboy. Dick Murdoch, Diggy Slater. That's what Dusty is called. Who Diggy Slater? Who Diggy Slater? So it's definitely probably one of the three of those guys. We got to take a break, man. Stick around, man. In the Hall of Fame. We'll be back in a minute. Can you dig it, sucker? All right, everyone, it's Booker T and Brad Gilmore here, and we've got something exciting for all you sports, comedy, music, and theater fans out there. We're talking about Game Time, the fastest, easiest way to get your hands on tickets to your favorite events.
That's right, Book. We love all those spontaneous, unforgettable moments, and Game Time is here to make them happen. Whether it's a last-minute decision to see a game or a sudden urge to catch a live show, Game Time has got you covered, giving fans access to tickets even at the last minute in over 60 cities across the United States and Canada.
And guys, this ain't about getting in. This is about getting the best seats in the house. With Game Time, you can see images of your seat before you buy it. So no surprises there, guys. You can score tickets swiftly. Skip the line, guys. Just dive straight into the moment.
Absolutely. And listen to this. Game Time guarantees the best prices. Find tickets in the same section in row for less elsewhere. Game Time will give you a credit of 110% of the difference. So there's no reason to wait, bro.
So whether it's the thrill of the game, the laughter of the comedy, the rhythm of the music, or the drama of the theater, guys, don't let the opportunity skip by. Choose Game Time. Grab your tickets and just enjoy the moment.
Live should be spontaneous, Book. So guys, don't miss out. Check out Game Time now on their app or at gametime.co. That's gametime.co.
Take the guesswork out of buying tickets with Game Time. Just download the Game Time app, create an account, and use the code BOOKER for $20 off your first purchase. Terms apply. Lowest price. Guaranteed. Oh, yes. Boom. Welcome back inside the Hall of Fame, man. We're talking a little Clash at the Castle, but guys, do not forget, if you want to check out Reality Wrestling's Gold Rush going down September 14th, you can get your tickets now at realityofwrestling.com. Do it. Do it now. You can pick your seat, sit exactly where you want, and have a hell of a good time, because the Bollywood boys will be making their debut at Reality of Wrestling. And I'm so looking forward to that. I always have fun with those guys when they were in WWE, and I've seen them out there, and they're still grinding, still trying to make it to that next level. So we say, why not give them the rub and bring them into Reality of Wrestling and let them do something with our tag team champions? And you never know. You never know. It's all about the thrill of victory and the agony of defeat. Oh, yes, man.
Ooh, yeah, man. So I'm looking forward to being able to be ringside and seeing those guys in action at the Walker Texas Lawyer Arena. Hey, Book, we do have some super chats. Real quick, I just want your opinion on Gunther's first world title defense against Randy Orton, not too far away from his homeland for Bash at Berlin this Saturday.
It's a big match. It's a big match for Gunther. Randy Orton stepping into that spot. That just makes it got a real feel to it. You got two heavyweights, two guys who are bona fide, two guys that we talked about earlier that's believable. Randy brings such a different flavor to the table. Gunther, I mean, undeniable, probably the best wrestler in the world right now. And that's saying a whole lot.
High praise.
That's saying a whole lot. So the people in Berlin are going to get a hell of Hell of a show.
Can't wait for Bash in Berlin. Again, this is our final segment, so we got to get through our super chats. Are you ready to take a few of them, Book?
Do it. Do it now. I do it for you. Super chat.
The first one comes from John, JID 999. Coming out of All In, which is AEW's WrestleMania, the feeling around AEW should be electric. It feels muted, like All In was just another day at AEW. What can AEW do to change the environment around it?
You know what? You're right. You're exactly right. It felt that way going into it as well as coming out of it. What can they do to change that? You know, we've talked about AEW many times on the show, and perhaps some things they should change. And I think that what that is more than anything is, I can say it once, I can say it 1,000 times, but it's about creating stars. I think it's about creating the show. I think that's why NXT is so good right now, because it's a really damn good show. The guys play their roles. They play their roles very well. And you got so many guys in AEW that can play their role, no doubt about it. But without that story, without that, that feel, it feels like you're missing something. I could be wrong, but that's just my opinion.
I think that it's weird. It's weird because it was a big show. It was a good show. It was a long show. There were some big things that happened at it. Bryan Danielson's the AEW World Champion. There is something that didn't feel the same electricity that it did the year prior. Because that first Wembley show, it did feel special. It felt like, wow, they're doing something. There's 80,000 people here. There's whatever. I just think that the difference between AEW a year ago is they had a lot of momentum. The momentum was in their court. The ball was in their court rather strongly in the summer of last year. They were the topic of conversation, the free agent signings, the what have you. In the 365 days that succeeded last year's All In, WWE has picked up the ball and they've been running. And it's been a locomotion that has not been able to stop, right? Straight down the... What did I say?
Locomotion.
I said locomotion. Yeah, locomotive. Thank you for the correction. It's been a locomotive right down the track, full steam ahead. Thomas the Train Engine. I think I can. And it does. And it doesn't stop. And so for that reason, I feel like some of the shine, or some of the bloom, rather, I should say, has come off the rose for AEW, just because right now, WWE, the heat is in that corner. So I think AEW's just got to get their heat back. But to do that, WWE's going to have to take a step back, and I don't think that's going to happen.
You know what? I don't think it has anything to do with WWE.
Okay.
Let's just say that. I really don't think it has anything to do with WWE. Why they're not clicking on all cylinders. I think their last show did like 600 and some odd K number. But that right there is not a big number at all for that show. That show was doing bigger numbers, and the numbers are falling off. It just lets you know that the fans even feel like they're not doing something to keep them motivated, to keep their attention, to keep them on that AEW ride, to keep that number up on a weekly basis. So it's something that they got to change. And I feel like there again, the show needs to be reformulated. You need more help.
Need more help. Hey, call some vets. Try to get them over there. Our next one.
Super chat.
Brandon, your short rivalry with Goldberg was fire. DHTPHTG. I don't know what that means. I always get nervous when I see acronyms. You know what I mean? I don't know what they mean, and I'm sorry. I don't want to say them.
We can get censored. But no, man, a lot of people don't remember. I beat Goldberg.
You did.
I beat Goldberg. I was the guy to shut him down in the middle of the square circle. I beat all them suckers, man. DDP, everybody. No, man. It was cool working with Goldberg. I must say that. You know why? Goldberg and I, we were friends. We were friends. Goldberg wouldn't have done that for anybody else in WCW at that time. He wouldn't have gotten beat by anybody else in WCW at that time. but me, just because we were friends. And he wanted to do something for me. That's just, I'm giving it to you straight. Give it to you straight. A lot of people no one's never heard that before. No one's ever heard that. First time. I remember when Bill Goldberg came to WWE, and I was there to greet him, man. I was the guy that he knew he could call his friend in that locker room. That's why if I call Bill right now, he'd answer the phone. Every time, no doubt. So that's what you can say about friends.
Do you consider Goldberg a friend?
Oh yeah. He's one of the few friends I've had in the business. Really, that I could really say that's been my friend. Dallas Page, good friend. But it hadn't been that many. But Goldberg, him and I, we've always been friends. That I could call him and he would answer the phone every time. If I need him to be there, he's going to show up. That's how good friends we are.
Well, hey, and I'm sure you would do the same for him.
Oh yeah, most definitely, without a doubt.
And he's a Texan now. I don't know where in Texas he is, but I know he's a Texan. He lives here somewhere.
I called him when we were doing the road games, and I wanted him to tweet something out for me. And he called me back, and he goes, "Bro, I don't even have Twitter. I would do it for you, but I don't even." I'm like, "All right, bro, I appreciate it." But no, he did call me back.
Love it. Okay, we got a couple minutes and a lot of chats to get to. Let me get through them. This comes from Cali Toenail. Bleacher Report. Oh, here we go. I saw this foolishness. Bleacher Report put a top WWE song list together. 1 was Steve, 2 Taker, 3 Jericho, 4 Randy Savage, 5 Edge, and Booker T was at 40. What was your top 5? Well, I'll tell you this. Out of the songs that were mentioned in the top 5, I don't think any of them are in my top 5.
You know what? I don't even
remember.
I don't even remember those songs. I don't remember. I've
Stone Cold's The Glass Break.
Well, his was great, but you talking about the song that I did? Or are you talking about my theme song that I come out to? Is that what that?
Oh, I wonder actually what this means. Does this mean WWE song? Does this mean like the ones on the?
That's what they.
I don't know, to be honest with you.
That's what they have to mean, because there's no way my song will be at number 40. Not my song. No, it's no way.
Can you dig it, sucker? Da 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 da.
Yeah. No, the one that can you dig it? Yeah, that one. That might be 40.
Yo, no. Hey, I gotta be honest with you. I gotta tell you. Can you dig it? It really rings off. That's a great song. Alex Cosentino says, at any point did you make a serious attempt in Hollywood? I feel like it's harder than it seems, even though you've maybe had connections.
You know what? I did a few things in Hollywood, but it just wasn't for me. I didn't see myself being on the set all day. It's a rough gig. It's being away from your family all the time, and it just you can be rich, but you could be poor at the same time doing something like that.
Mm-hmm. I hear you on that.
So I'd rather be.
We'll keep it moving. We just have a couple more. Cali Tendo says, I loved your apology. It was sincere, laughing and all. And yeah, it was very sincere.
No, Bully didn't like that, man. It didn't seem like he appreciated me laughing either. But, I'm going to laugh about it because it was funny. It was fun. I couldn't believe that he was really upset about it, because, it was a jab. It was a jab. And me, like I say, I might say something again. That's just me.
Like, I don't know, regional titles. M Music says Trick is going to cost Hendry. He wants his rematch. Well, I don't know. We'll see what happens.
Why would he do that? I mean, it seemed like he would want to get the rematch against Ethan Page, opposed to Joe Hendry. Or is that what he said? He's going to screw Joe Hendry? Is that what he said?
Joe Hendry. Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Either
way, Trick Williams should be in line for a title shot. That's why I say he should be sitting on the sideline, scouting these guys, figuring out what he's going to do once he get that title shot and how he's going to walk away and the new NXT champion. That's what he should be thinking about. That's another story.
This one comes from Brandon. DHTPHTG means don't hate the player, hate the game.
Yeah, man. All right. We appreciate that, man. Most definitely.
And the last one comes from Wag. I think that's how you say it. Booker T, my favorite wrestler growing up, just all around brilliant, athletic. Just wanted to say hello to a legend who was very important to me.
Well, we appreciate it, man. We appreciate it. Worked hard, man. We worked hard. We still working. We still working to bring it to the people, man, because here inside the Hall of Fame is all about the people.
The people.
Give you guys champagne wishes.
I don't know if that's it. Oh, wait, hold on. We just had another super chat come in. I don't know if this is the real Dave LaGreca, but it says, big listener, love the show. If that is you, Dave, what's going on, Dave LaGreca?
Man. Dave gave me big props for coming on the show too. He really did. I appreciate it. I always appreciate Dave. Yeah.
Dave's good people. Brandon says the disrespect for the memory of 2000 People's Champion Booker T. Save the drama for your mama.
Man,
Best run, hands down.
2000 Booker T was a bad man. He was bad. I'm serious, dog. Give him his props. Give that young man his props because he did it like it was supposed to be done. Made all them suckers bow down. Made them pay my son. Make them say, Daddy, I don't want none. I had enough. That's the way it was back in the day, man. That's the way it was. I said it earlier on the show, man. Cream, like my daddy used to say, cream always rise to the top. Hey, man, I want to thank everybody for stepping inside the Hall of Fame. Give you champagne, wishes, caviar, dreams. As always, super chatters, man. We appreciate you guys for keeping us going. Brad, for all the heavy lifting. As always, peace. We love you. And we out.